start moving.
We will
Because they have Reliance is too big to understand consumer behavior. For them it is just like this. Why is Asian Paints losing its market share? They are losing it. How many years of dominance?
After gaining it so
After how many years of dominance? 85% market share. 85% undisputed king of the market. They are at a standstill for the last 4 years. After Birla Opus came into the market. After JSW came into the market. Why did Birla Opus survive? And how did they penetrate? They have 6% market share today. A 2-year-old company. How do they have it? Only two things. Wherever Asian Paints was successful, they already had. Ultratech has the distributor network. Paint and cement go hand in hand. So they have the entire distribution network. Asian Paints has the color mixing thing, which is traditional. These guys came with latest technology at 40% cost, smaller machine. So the space left over in the shop for the person and this. So that the market says Asian Paints is probably not going to be able to recover from this hit. A 60-70-year-old legacy company, which was 15 years ahead of the market because of their SAP implementation or anything. It's like this: if a particular depot in, say, Srinagar runs out of a red color of 100 ml, it's already in the pipeline in production before they run out. That is the level of which they had gone to India. That company is facing trouble to maintain market share. It's losing market share. See, this is also very clear. This is like, neat and clean. That looks a little bit attractive. That is the difference. This is when they say that it's going to become glossy and all of that, which is like, outside. So this is okay. But this becomes a standard product. Every Tom, Dick and Harry company is the same. This looks a little bit premium. That you have worked on it. Can't even read anything. It tastes like vitamin also. See, the difference is even that, of course, it needs to be had cold. So again, that flavor changes, everything changes. This is much more smoother and better for me.
Why I have hosted this is it's out of my respect for the Haria family, which I have mentioned in a few words in the message that in 1984 I went to Haria Sports office in DN Road building, which is Lawrence and Mayo, and that was when I keep telling you, right, that which office you enter defines your future growth and future outlooks and all. I was fortunate to enter an office which was very progressive. They were merchant exporter to US, and they were supplying garments to D-Mart, RH Messi, Walmart, RH Messi and everybody. Manish's father, Kantipai Haria, had even personal number of Ronald Reagan. So they were that much progressive at that point in time. His grandfather invited me first time for the lunch so that I don't question more in terms of audit queries. That's how he handled me so nicely, so gracefully. And since then, I developed a habit of taking proper lunch in the afternoon. So the credit goes to Lakhamji Haria, his grandfather. And I am transferring the same legacy to you. It's his legacy that I am transferring. And after that, the life went on. They had several companies and I used to audit all of them. And then my and Manish's personal relationship grew among the entire Gambit of Haria group. And then I got married, and then we were frequently invited for all the functions they had, which Kantibai used to host. We would not leave any occasion to celebrate. And especially the Diwali Chupda Pujan, I must have written at least 15 times, 15 years of Chupda Pujan of Haria group. There were table like this. We used to wear the cap and we used to write. So at least 15 years. And Manish, was so much encouraging person to me when in my early days with Harias. After his elder brother Kaushik Bhai passed away untimely, 1980, 1990. He was a very, very, volcanic personality. He used to stay in Vapi only, and they had expanded garment units like anything. They had, I think, 6,000-7,000 workers at one point in time in one facility. Kandla also they had a unit. So, but then Manish had to take over because Kaushik Bhai met with a heart attack suddenly. And then since then, I used to regularly visit. Out of 52 Saturdays, at least 40 Saturdays, I was with Manish. And this was followed for quite long number of years. I have sat in their offices because they had several offices. At least 2 years, in a way, in my entire journey, wherein I had nothing else to do at stock market because stock market has a lot of bearish phases. So, and not on a single occasion by Haria family or their staff, I was treated as an outsider. That is something which I have learned from them, to treat the deserving person with full pride and honor. And I have been lucky and fortunate to receive that from this family. Yeah. Since we know each other for so many years, but Manish could never find time to come to my home or my office at all for so many years. This is his first visit to me after a lot of association together, and we have made wealth also together. So this was a special day for me, and that's why, and I have a reasoning also to transfer the same legacy to you in terms of conversation. And Manish has been my critical admirer. He always corrects me, sometimes much ahead of time. That's what I mentioned it in the afternoon also. And his experience, exposure has always benefited me. And about as it comes to financial health, Manish doesn't remember how many times he has helped me, but I have to mention it, and this is something effortlessly they have done it for me on several occasions, not one, and not even once it was highlighted upon. So I owe them everything. Today what shirt I am wearing is also somewhat similar shirts Kantibai used to wear, Manish used to wear in the early days when they were exporting to US. Because US everything blue sells. So it's a tribute to Haria family from my side. Now I will ask Manish to say a few words.
So we have been associated, I think he's forgotten, our association on a full-time basis now is almost 35 years old.
I said since 1984, so it is much long.
With me.
Yes, 1990. 1990 onwards.
With me it has been 35 years. We've had a lot of arguments, a lot of learning, especially learning. I have learned a lot from him because I think I mentioned to a few of you that I'm a marketing guy. My job is to read the room. My job is to read any situation. So I have learned a lot from him that even probably he doesn't know that he has taught me. That is my absorption from him to understand things. What he has ventured upon was against my advice that you are not an entrepreneur. To become an entrepreneur, you have to have the mindset of an entrepreneur. I think I have tried a lot in the last few years to try and educate him to become an entrepreneur. Today also, I think a few of you all were witness to me giving him a piece of my mind. that this is not correct or that is not correct. And I especially have been doing this with him forever, I think, as far as I can remember, because that is me. I told a lot of you also that I'm a critical person. I will be the devil's advocate. Even if you're doing something right, I will try and find out something wrong in it. Because that is the only way you will improve. The more in depth you go about a particular subject, no matter what you are doing, whether you are the designer, the marketing guy, production guy, dispatch person, or even if you're just cleaning the room, if you can master your product, success will follow. The more knowledge you all gain about whatever you all do, the more success will chase you. You don't need to chase success. Success will always chase you. We have been privileged, we have been lucky, we have pivoted along with the market conditions all throughout. And that is the reason today also I was very critical. What is the growth strategy? What do we want to become? Do we want to chase business? Do we want to chase money? Do we want to chase a legacy? If you chase legacy, success, money, growth, everything will go. So you always should be very, very critical of your work. If anybody complains to you, don't take it as a complaint. You know, we have this habit that we immediately take it on, how dare he tell me something like that? And then it is there in our mind. Whenever you see that person's face, that thought keeps hitting you again and again. Make sure that take it positively. Take it as a learning. Maybe that person could be right, could be wrong. Not necessarily they are always going to be right. They could be just jealous about you. But take it positively, learn something from it, and then grow. If you take it in that fashion, that thought will not bother you, that person will not bother you. And when that person is not a bother for you, if that person is trying to pick on you, then stop. Because they are not getting the desired reaction from you. The moment you stop giving reaction, the fun goes away. The best way to treat a bully is ignorance. It shouldn't make any difference to you. If I tell you something that you're stupid, I am no expert at that. I cannot judge you being stupid. At that point of time, maybe for a particular split second, or for a decision that you may have taken, or anything, that word comes out. For me, it is just a word I took out. But for you, it could mean a lot of different things. So be very critical about your communication. How would you like to be treated with those people? Then you treat them accordingly and respect. Manish Bhai is aware about it, that in our office, people who are 20 years, 30 years junior to me, I have never ever spoken to them ke tu aasu karas, ke tu aam kar. It is always tame. That is the respect that you give to them, because I keep saying, he is not the one who's running the company. All of you are. He's just the guiding force. The day he feels that he is running the company, he is not going to go anywhere. You have to understand that your people make your company. You have to take care of them, take care of their needs. In my organization, I am aware about the personal problems the person has. That's not my job. But I have to know about it because that is going to affect his work in the office. So same way, keep an open relationship. There is no shame. If I am in trouble, I should accept it that I am in trouble. I need help. The moment you can ask for help, you have conquered that first part. For second, third, fourth, it becomes very easy. If you can make fun of yourself, then nobody can make fun of you. Because it doesn't affect you. You can laugh at yourself. So nobody's going to pick on you from that perspective also. And you become a much more likable person. And it's easy to get work done. Even if you are somebody's boss, if I tell you, if you are my junior, and I come and tell you, I'm going to khareed you. Versus, Ajara khareed you. My work will be done with a smile. That work will also be done, but with a grudge that he ordered me. Work is the same, the people are the same, everything is the same. control your language, control your words, be respectful, and do your own work. There's no point of doing gossip. I understand it's fun. Gossips are, it's fun. But take it out of your life. It's not concrete. It's not increasing your abilities to do anything. It's a diversion. We all like, that particular heroine is with that hero. What difference does it make to you? It's gossip, and that is the reason I am not on any social media. From my work point of view, I have people who are aligned with, they will keep sending me information about my interest. And I can open it even without being locked up. So it's very easy for me to get the information. And that is why I could talk on varied subjects. I'm not an authority on anything. If you say I am a jack of all, master of none. But I can talk to you about any subject that you throw at me. And that is how you should be. You should have the knowledge about anything, because what help will come from that side to this side, your mind subconsciously will connect it and it will throw it out of your mouth. It's very simple. Read as much as you can, especially about the field that you are in. Keep a track about your competitors. Keep a track about threats which are coming in terms of new technology. AI is the next big thing. Analytical. Listen.
Data analytics.
Where is he? So that is what I told him, right? That his job is the most important job in the entire organization.
Criminal.
Right? Nobody will accept it. Marketing guy will say it's me. Finance guy will say it's me. Manufacturing guy will say it's me. No, the future is there.
Criminal is around.
That's it. So understand that is tomorrow. If you're going to live in today, it's not going to happen. I can go on talking on and on and on. I don't have an off switch. But I would like to put it down over here. If any of you all need any help, especially in handling him, my contacts are available to anybody, every time. I'm just a phone call. I don't live in Bombay, I don't live in India, but I am still available. And that is my job. In my companies also, I am not involved in my day. And that is the reason why I've been here the whole day. My phone has not even rang once. It's not on silent. It can ring, but it's not on. So work in that fashion, make it more efficient, make other people together and work hand in hand. Thank you.
Well, it is customary that Meghna says something. It's more with respect to your experience with Haria family.
So I was just telling you and I've learned this from जो दिवाली में used to come in Haria. The first time I've seen that, इतना बड़ा dining table and auntie used to sit in front of us. हम सब वो टोपी पहन के पूजा करते थे. Then I realized कि धनतेरस की दिवाली पूजा ऐसे होती है. So when it came to our office, I said कि नहीं हम लोग ऐसे ही ट्रेडिशनल तरीके से करेंगे because you all were so young कि हमारे जो rituals हैं वो सीखे and I learned from you. And जैसे मनीष भाई ने बोला अभी कि gossip. So everyone used us to ask me where is Manish is going on Saturday, especially on Saturday. And I've told you so many times कि Saturday आवे એટલે मनीष Haria Center માં જ હોય. And gossip, I understand कि gossip से कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला है. Manish, as a stock market, Saturday stock market बंद होती है. So in our family, all the friends used to ask me कि जो Monday to Friday तो stock market હોય અને Saturday નો હોય તો Manish ક્યાં જાય છે ખબર છે ને? They used to ask me. And when Manish used to come home, every time he has said to me कि હું મનીષ હરિયા સાથે વાત કરીને ઊભો થાવ તો હું કેટલું knowledge લઈને ઊભો. Every time he has said to me this. And the थोड़ा टाइम पहला मनीष ने मैंने कीधेલું if something goes wrong with me in my life तो મનીષ ભાઈ પાસે ત્યારે જવાનું કે everything will be sorted out. એટલું એ લોકોનું જે 35 years કે 38 કે 40 years નું જે relation છે આવો pure relation I've seen rare in your generation, you know. કે આવું friendship એમ આજે 5 years 10 years કાંઈ તો ફરક આવે but I've never seen them in my 32 years of એ લોકોના friendshipમાં કોઈ difference આવેલો. So that's what I want to say કે સૌથી ફાઇન રીતે મને મનીષે કીધું કે મને મારા સાથે કંઈ ખોટું થઈ જાય તો અહીંયાથી તારી વેલ ક્યાંય નહીં જાય તો એનાથી વધારે એ લોકોની ફ્રેન્ડશિપનું શું હોય what will I describe? That's it I want to say.
So coming back to the Diwali Puja, which we have started because Meghna was existing from this office, and ever since Neetaji has been performing our puja, and we have seen rise and rise and rise, and now she has very kindly given us the 2 offices also, which she could have sold it to anybody else, but which have been blessed with all the. Yes, this has been blessed, and we have like the relationship I have with Haria family for last 40 years, we have crossed that kind of relationship in just 12 years. 2014 we met, it's 11 years only, but our relationship is very deep. So it's not in the length of the relationship also. At the same time, longer the relationship, there are lots of occasions there wherein misunderstanding could have occurred.
What they did, but we sorted it out.
Not much, please.
No misunderstanding.
Not from my side at least.
Oh, no misunderstanding.
So everybody in his family knows me, and now everybody is happy that we have made wealth also together in KP Energy. And few of the critics on his side of the family they're just spectators now, and we both keep smiling at each other when we meet them. Well, I will request Neetaji to say a few words about in general and for whatever she has heard about me and Manish Haria.
So Manish Haria ji, you've given such a nice speech, and all your whatever you said is so inspiring. No wonder Manish ji admires you so much. And whatever you said that we should not work for money or success, we should be working for a legacy. It's such a powerful statement. And I can see whatever Manish ji has learned from you so keenly as a student and how much he's following that. And also that, you know, you're handling the business, but not a single phone is coming. It shows how effectively you're managing the business. It's such good delegation, etc. So I know Manish ji since 2014, and our interaction, you know, how it came to a peak when he said that, you know, he will take our company to the market, listing of our company. So he showed us lot of dreams, and that time we never thought that we can reach that level. We are still not listed, but our dreams have grown a lot. So that is why our next step from here is we are going to our own building. So I'm very sure that whatever seed you have put inside us of growth, it is still there. And one day definitely we will approach you that now we are ready for the listing. So what I see in Manish ji is that today financially he is very well settled, and he doesn't have any reason to work except he wants to use his creativity. And he's such a keen learner also, and he's so creative also. And there is one point about him which really strikes out is that he's a very good mentor, very good teacher. And that is why he takes all of you very close, like his children, like his family. So for him, it is very important to train each one of you because he wants to make all of you a replica of him. So finding such a good boss is a big fortune for all of you. That you are not working for anything, you're just growing yourself. That's such a big thing. In most of the companies where you work, people just want things out of you, They just want you to work. But here, it's not work. He's looking to train you. He's looking that you learn, you grow. That is why he keeps on giving different facilities like, taking care of your food, taking care of everything, so that, because for him, your contribution or your happiness or your creativity is more important than anything else. So, Manish ji has expressed a lot of gratitude for Manish Haria ji, but we all have so much of gratitude for Manish ji himself. He does so many things that we have to be grateful for. He bought our 2 offices and he tells us that we are good enough to give him the offices. So that shows that how he looks at things, He doesn't say, I bought. He says that they have given. So that shows his greatness. So it is wonderful that from the Manish I know of Lead Equity, that he has become an entrepreneur. Valencia is growing by leaps and bounds. And from just, doing job work, he is now starting to manufacture himself. So he's spreading very beautifully he's spreading. And from his passion and his youth, I'm very sure it will become a legacy. So I really congratulate you and I, give you a lot of blessings on the growth of Valencia.
That's fine. Well, it is impolite just to speak from this side and not give chance to anybody else from the other side. Please feel brave, and ask anything you want to ask. Here is the mic. Anybody wants to ask anything, you're welcome.
Or say anything once.
If they are capable of saying, we are ready to listen. Or they are capable of saying, but I will prefer them asking.
One advice you would like to give to an AI engineer to grow more in this company?
Your future is set, brother. You don't have to bother about anything at all. You're at the right place at the right time. You are the future. If all of them could become redundant in the next 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years, if they do not accept what you have to offer. So it's entirely up to you what you can offer. So AI is the future. Just fine-tune your skills, keep abreast about what is going on, because the speed at which it is growing, it will be very difficult to keep up. But I'm sure your mind must be much more critical about AI than I can even say AI. So just pay attention to it, see what is happening in the market, keep growing and see how you can use it to better everybody else's work environment, to make their jobs easier. That's it. You don't have to worry about anything. Just keep at it. Right place, right time.
You are so much inquisitive always, no? So ask him.
Today, many of the youth are not getting into MNC, they are getting into startup. There is a result called exposure, they get, right? So if you get into MNC, you are too much of delegated work. For example, if you are safe to recover those data, you have to recover those data, right? You can't get into marketing, you can't get into production, right? So in Valencia, I feel like I can get into marketing, I can align my skills and talents with production, with finance. So when I will grow, I'll get into some new things, I'll get into all those things. So how will my aligned work will grow me or not?
It's very simple. You have to understand one thing, that if you're working in an MNC, you are a part of a block. Have you seen Lego?
Yeah.
Or you seen a jigsaw puzzle? In an MNC, you are one of those pieces. That piece is put over there, and if you are not there, Somebody else will become that piece and it will fit over there. When you are in an atmosphere like this, which the company itself is evolving, itself is growing, and it is giving you the freedom to explore your hidden potential. I don't think there is anything better than that. Now it is up to you if you want a set parameter and work and take home a paycheck, which will be like, you will get a fixed thing, and after 2 years, you will get 5-10% increment or something like that. You will not get any more learning because you are a piece of the entire thing. Here, because it is a small organization, and I see most of you guys are young. So if you align, if you talk to them properly, you have your, everybody has got set of people or whatever. So the moment that is aligned, you will automatically learn. And learning, even today, I am 55 years old. So I don't look like it, but anyway, I am 55 years old. I am learning even today. I read for 2 hours a day. I keep a track of what is going on. Not only in my sectors. That is the reason I could answer his question. That is the reason I can answer your question. So always learn. Never say, I know everything. Nobody knows everything. And by the time they learn everything, learning has gone 10 steps ahead. So just keep learning. Keep fine-tuning. You will find your right balance. Maybe your education could be computer science and you could become a marketing guy. And you would find more pleasure in marketing. You are lucky that you can take that decision. In our generation, we could not do that. We didn't have that exposure. We did not have that freedom. And these many opportunities are not available to us. So take advantage of that situation. Learn, use, and understand how to connect things from where to where. Once you learn that, do that, there's no stopping. And I know for a fact that he will not stop growth. Because that is one thing that he has learned from us. My assistant is with me for 35 years. Why I don't get phone calls is because all phone calls are attended by him. So, learn, fine-tune, and grow.
Thank you so much for coming.
This is your first day today, right? It will be absolutely appropriate for you to question.
I survived the mistake. I just want to ask how I'll manage all my things, how I manage my learning in daily business.
What is your learning?
Like I want to learn more.
But what is your background?
The commerce MBA. Yeah.
What specialization?
Marketing and digital.
Marketing and digital marketing. It's the perfect playground for you. This is an absolute perfect playground for you to learn to experiment.
Yes.
If you keep experimenting, you keep learning. I mentioned about failure in the afternoon to some people. Failure is also another learning. If somebody tells you a failure, that means that you know how not to do a particular thing. We are not stupid that we will keep making the same mistake again and again and again and again. We will try it in a different manner and again in a different manner. Your learnings, you can put it to use by making sure that you don't repeat your mistakes. And you don't repeat the mistakes made by your colleagues which you are aware of. Take that as a learning. And that is the reason people should share their failures with your colleagues. Success, everybody knows. So share your failures and help each other. That is the only way. The organization can grow and you will grow. And like I said, he is just the engine. The bogies are all of you. You all keep everything aligned, the whole train will go together. Otherwise, whoever is not aligned will be left behind at the end. It is up to you.
Just to elaborate on what he said, I have never fired anybody for making a mistake.
Neither have we in our team.
Neither Haria families have fired. Somebody will get fired for wrong intention. And we are pretty smart enough to understand it well in advance. I have been groomed by Haria family also. So don't fear risk of failure. It is that risk of failure that is putting your performance down. There are no penalties. I have never said, hey, somebody has made a loss for us. We have not done anything to him. We just say, let go. But whoever is taking risk is succeeding incrementally. Who is thinking harder, and living life of Valencia is succeeding more. If there is something which you are presenting to me and if I am improving, that means you have not thought more. The moment it comes to the stage where there is nothing to improve for me, at least for that subject, you have done proper homework. So let now Siddharth ask something.
Right. So I actually don't have anything to ask, but I came in as a videographer. I evolved into a editor. Then I evolved into a marketing guy. Now I'm also having logistics for Mahakumbh, which I did last 2 months ago. And also along with that, Sir also gave me the benefit to work on groupings. And I've been growing ever since. I won't stop growing because it's a very good lifestyle that I'm living right now. I'm seeing a lot of different things. I know what is vitamin A and how it is oil soluble. I wouldn't have known that anywhere else. So like that's a good thing. I'm learning a lot of things. I have nothing to ask because you gave me everything to learn and ask.
We should have answered that guy's question other than us answering that question.
I'll just elaborate in a more sharper manner. When I met him, I saw him that he knows how to fight with a knife. That is video. But I could understand that if he trained well, he can fight with sword, he can fight with spear, he can do bow and arrow, and he can do bare hand fight also. So I saw that potential in him and he's being groomed that way. And he's accepting those challenges with a delay. His absorption has to be to the same level as of my
Difficult,
books.
Manish, difficult.
It's just the attitude, or maybe he need to brush up himself well in the morning.
And there's something called resistance to change. Once they overcome that barrier of resistance to change, then you won't have that problem. Everybody, it's an inherent psychological trait. Everybody is resistant to change. You also are, even I am. The moment you can overcome that barrier, then learning becomes very easy.
That was for Siddharth.
For everybody.
So now let Purvi ask something.
So I came in here as a for like finance, but now I am handling accounts also and secretarial part also, and also the finance department. So yeah, I am growing here. Happy to ask.
You have a question?
She's happy, her smile says everything.
So our engineering group is very, very prominent. All of you engineering, please stand up. This is what I had thought when I was into college. When I visited once the site of Larsen & Toubro, and I saw EPC group. It's what? EPC is what? And I found out is engineering, procurement and construction group. That was the core of Larsen & Toubro. Today, whatever Larsen & Toubro is because of that division. They can erect anything, airports, bridges, rocket launch pad, whatever. Since then I knew that engineering is the core. And I had a vision, but I had no purpose, to do that. Now I have a purpose to form this engineering group. Because multiple places where we need engineers. And now my group has already found out a relevance to it. Here also, you should also stand up. We are a techno-commercial engineer.
Techno-commercial means engineer with the commercial sense.
No, he is a commercial sense with developed into engineering sense.
Vice versa.
He is not qualified engineer.
That's okay.
But he
Experience is the biggest qualification.
He has a very, very sharp technical knowledge. And he is leading a lot of even IoT also. So engineering group can ask something.
Engineers are the shyest group anywhere.
No, because their oratory skills are not there. I have just a minute when the occasion has arrived. I must encourage people who wants to prove themselves that they can sell. Talk more. Unless you talk more, you are not going to perform. Nobody is going to read your lips, eyes, body language of your product. They are going to read, understand, and absorb the word that is coming out of your mouth. Okay? Unless you group yourself, you are not going to lead yourself. You will be comfortable here because this is an environment your comfort is given. Comfort is given for the growth. And it will no growth means you are outside, what Manish said. No, you will be last bogey. And eventually that bogey gets chopped off because the weight is more. Train wants to run fast. Slower bogies will be chopped off. So now engineering group.
As an engineer, I have so many things that I have to learn, and I have also learned throughout my engineering. But I just want to ask you, as it's a personal challenge for me, how do I manage my time, more efficiently, so that I can learn and work at the same time, not just for the company but for my sake.
Time management is an art. You will learn it over a period of time if you are willing to learn it. It is very simple that you have to have your, I don't know, everybody has a different format for time management. For me, it is just before I go to sleep, I start making mental notes of the to-do list for tomorrow. I don't have a habit of writing it down. I don't have a habit of making notes on the phone. My phone is only for email, WhatsApp, searching something for the other, and that's about it. I'm making calls. So you need to figure out yourself if you can write it and remember, write it. Start with the most important characteristics of the next day's job or next week's job or whatever, however you function, and then work it down. The least amount of distractions during work. Like I had to type an email after a very long time, a long email about a particular subject. The first time it took me 5 hours because I was distracted, my mind was all over the place. The second time something which was very similar, I sat at 11 o'clock in the night, 11:15 I was done. So you need to be, when you are doing something which requires critical thinking, you need to make sure that you have that mindset to do that job at that point of time, and if you don't, leave it for the moment, go on to the next thing. Come back when you have that freedom. When I was passing by all the offices, I think I made comments and some of you all heard about it, that the kind of cramped atmosphere that you guys are sitting in, it is not conducive for growth. It is not conducive to work to the best of your potential. And that's the first thing that I told him after seeing. I had seen one office on video call and I had seen people sitting. But then I didn't know that the number of people have become so much and there is so much activity going on here. My first thing was to him, the moment he walked out from the meeting into his cabin, the first thing I told him, this is not the right place. This is not the right atmosphere. So we will definitely work on it because he always works on whatever I say, whether he likes it. But for you or for everybody, time management is a skill. See what rocks your boat. When you were studying engineering, your way of studying would have been different. His would have been different. His would have been different. Right? Everybody has that. You would revise in a different manner. You would refer to your notes or whatever. My way of studying was completely different. I don't want to even go there because that is discouragement to everybody. So you'll have to figure it out yourself as to how you can do it. Write it down. Work with the most important. Work yourself down. Like even in your exam papers, I'm sure, engineering guys especially, if you find that the question is difficult, skip for the moment, go on to the others, and then come back when you have the time. Right? So do that.
JEE standard.
Absolutely. I understand how engineers think. I know how engineers think. I am nowhere near an engineer. But I have enough information and knowledge that is how you guys do it. Not only you, even UPSC, and all of them do it in that fashion. So, figure it out.
Thank you.
Any other engineer wants to say anything?
One guy talks, it's like as if he's talking for 20 engineers.
So, sir, as we are at the early stage of our careers, So what advice would you give to us engineers at this early stage?
According to me, keep learning. Don't stop learning. I know you've done a hard job of being an engineer. Well, it takes now 4 years.
Yes.
You are in some remote location, in some hostel or somewhere studying. It's still the same, right? More or less. Most of the engineers are in smaller towns and outside. But your job doesn't end over there. That's just the beginning. Your education never ends. Because engineering as a subject is continuously evolving. Money, finance has never evolved. Money is still the same. Okay, now there's a new money which you guys only have made, which is called crypto. I don't understand it. But that is the future according to a lot of people. So engineer's job it's never over. You're going to keep learning for the rest of your life. So keep abreast with your technology, with whatever field of engineering you are from. And even if not, tomorrow you feel like you want to shift to marketing, you can do that. Because most of the stand-up comedians in India are all from your background. They're either IITians or some engineer or the other. So they have shifted. You can very well pivot because being an engineer just proves that you have that thing up there. It's not empty. Now the whole world is your platform. For people like us, that is the problem. I can't do what I want to do because I don't have that bandwidth. You have. So play around with it.
See, another thing about be it engineering or be it anything, life becomes routine, So you have to break your routine. I have my friend Drupad Patel, who is a chartered accountant. I have Krupa Joy sir, who is a very good lawyer and our company secretary. I was myself into equity research. These are all, professions. Eventually you get bored. Once you master it, you get bored. You don't get fun of it. So you need to give enough variation within your expertise and extend your sphere of operation, which is very challenging thing. Only you can do it yourself. ऊपर से भगवान आपके आपको कुछ entertainment देने वाले हैं नहीं. You have to change your some sphere and have good friends and make colleagues also as a good friend and keep cheering up yourself. This is the only thing which has differentiated me from my colleagues, my contemporaries, my cousins. I had something which was more cheerful, and it was being nurtured by him also in business side, in Meghna very much in my personal life. Moment I enter home, I was somehow trained to smile and enter. Because research is basically an inner job. You are with yourself for 10 hours, reading balance sheets and analyzing on computer later and all. You don't talk to people. So when you don't talk to people, you become a bit serious, not narrow-minded, but serious. Bit serious, not unexpressive, She balanced me and she changed me, which was me. Again, in my childhood, my papa would say, I was very, very, happy person, which for some phase during transition from just a naive boy to a learned person, it took time. And in that period, outside world doesn't notice your change, which is internal. This is the toughest part of your life. Your growth is happening inside, but other person is seeing you the same way as he used to see you 5 years ago, 10 years ago. And this happens at the age of 30 and 35. So please be aware of this phenomenon. I'm cutting down your learning experience. If at all you are learning from it. If you don't learn from it, you will have same experience. Life doesn't change for anybody. It is just the same. Our precedents 100 years ago also were living the same life. But the methodology of living life was different. But experiences were just the same. I have realized it, I have seen it, I have read it. So make most of it. Manish has said it well. This is an opportunity, you make most of it. Unless you think hard, it's not going to work. Nobody is going to spoon feed you for bigger and bigger things and everything. Without naming anybody, but there are some people who are doing on spontaneous basis, on their own. That's the way it should be. So much of infrastructure has been given, so much of capital has been committed. look outside, you will not see this kind of atmosphere or capital commitments and no work pressure. Where I have given you targets? I have not given you any targets. So this is working without targets. So that's it. Well, Darshan wants to say something. Then Maharishi will be last, and then concluding remark will be from Divij.
So I had come with the idea of ketchup, tomato ketchup, and I was a very naive boy. I didn't know much. He knew me. He has given me the opportunity to visit plants to understand how it is actually done. It's not just an idea and think that you can do it. There's a lot of hard work behind it. There's a lot of capital commitments behind it, and there's a lot of patience. Thankful to Manish sir.
That's my appreciation. There is a question here.
No questions asked. I believe in you now. I had my doubts because I was new to this very field. So, but now I've learned and I'm really happy that you've given me these opportunities.
When he was to join me, he said, "What is my JD?" I said, "You come here and I'm going to show you your JD, job description." For few people, there is no job descriptions. And same thing happened with Dia. When she came to meet me for the first time, she had a different notion. But the second day, she really felt like a, liquid gold. She felt in the mold I wanted. She is truly a liquid gold. She will have a very brilliant career here. Now Maharishi is the last. Okay, Dia wants to say.
So you come from a marketing background, right? So last 10 years, marketing was traditional. Now it is about marketing and analytics and a mix of both. I'm also interested in both analytics and marketing. How do you see marketing change in the next 5 years in terms of with analytics? Are there going to be more additions? And as a person who wants to pursue marketing, along with keeping my numbers and my finance side also alive, how would you suggest I should go about it?
Good question, but I don't have a marketing background.
Oh.
I am just a Bachelor of Commerce. I started working straight out of 10th standard. The moment I joined college, I have gone one day to college. I have given all my exams the traditional way. I started traveling when I was in 12th standard. I used to buy my textbooks 2 weeks before the exams. I used to take a month's holiday from the office. 15 days study, 15 days exam period, and I'm done. So I don't have any experience. But yes, all my experience came by working. I don't have any educational background to say so, talk about it. But working, I have 40 years of experience. Marketing, I have been a marketing guy, and those traits have remained with me. Today my job is completely different. I supersee things, I don't do anything myself. My office is taken care of. I don't even live in India anymore. All my businesses are in India. So that's one part of it. The future of marketing is now in your generation's hands. It is not going to be done by the typical manner. People who have made their brands and the brands are selling, that is not called marketing. They go still the traditional way. There's advertising on the television, there are hoardings. Magazines are more or less dead. I don't see too many magazines around, everything is digital. But so they are all from that field. You look at today's companies, the companies which have grown in the last 4 or 5 years. Zomato, what traditional marketing do they use? Zero. So you look at all of those kinds of companies, today's companies, they don't use the traditional marketing. The marketing now is in your hands, which is your mobile phone. Everything is now, like, I don't know if you were there or not, when we were talking in the day, everything is data. Data is the new king of marketing. You should know what your target audience is. Even in, I am not on any social media, but I am aware that you can identify age groups, ethnicity, gender, educational qualifications, consumption patterns, a lot of those things are connected by data. Now, depending upon your product, that is how you have to tailor make your marketing. And if you see today's generation, like a couple of days back, I was talking to a sister-in-law. She is doing this digital marketing for other companies and setting it up and all of that. So that is the future. If you are not able to use those tools, then don't even bother with them. Then try and pivot into something else, because that is where it is going to come from. Now that digital marketing is very critical thinking. It is not like A, B, C, D, E. It will be A, Z, K, M. You have to figure it out as to this is the pattern that I have to go through to achieve my goal. If you can able to do that, then marketing is for you. Otherwise, it is not. And I'm sure today's generation are far more intelligent when it comes with this. Because if I want to learn something about my phone or my laptop or something, I ask my teenager. He tells it to me in very short, simple sentence. First he tells me that, you're old, you don't understand all this, but then he explains it to me. So for us, it's very difficult to do all of that. I'm sure even he will be having his own, limitations when it comes to this, that you increase your marketing budget through this means. But that is the future. So make sure that you are up to date with the technology. Marketing, I don't know if you're on Instagram or whatever the other ones are. There are two sides to it. One is that you just keep scrolling and feeding your head with nonsense. Because it gives you only nonsense from all directions. One person will say Apple is good, one person will say Apple is bad. Now you decide what you want. So you have to go into the other side of it to understand who is consuming that. How? Like, why is TikTok in the interiors of India? I don't know. Have you all anybody seen TikTok videos on Indian people on TikTok? I think it's banned over here.
It's banned.
But you will see only garbage in the interiors. So, but those are your consumers. If your product category fits that bill, so you have to be a part of that. You don't have a choice. So your product category, and like our company's product category, is from here to there. So we have all the range. You have to use all the tools. If it's banned, figure out a way, because people are still using it.
Thank you so much.
Well, our two professionals, Drupad and Kufa, is also here. You need professionals in today's time to build the company, and I will give an opportunity to them to say a few words about Valencia and where they see something to correct us in presence of Manish Haria. I have seen Manish Haria wooing American buyers for at least 3, 4, 5 hours, because they had a sampling room, and I never knew. So sometimes I go and he's busy there. I used to sit in his cabin for 4, 5 hours alone. So marketing is not something you learn. Marketing is when you have committed your money and you need to sell. They had 6,000 workers, so much huge infrastructure, and they needed an order from an American buyer. So that compulsion has taught him marketing. Unless you go on that compulsion, you are not going to learn anything. These books don't teach you marketing. It's compulsive. Even as an investor, I used to see a promoter, how much is the compulsion for that promoter to succeed. And wherever I have seen that, I have made mega hit. Leaving aside principles of Warren Buffett and Peter Lynch and all, those were portfolio kind of an investment. It gives you returns, but 30, 40, 50%. So the number of times return is where there is a business compulsion. Now, theoretically, I have no compulsion to do business, but practically, I have a hard burning desire to do it. That's a compulsion. I want to do it. So unless you go on that edge, each one of you, in your own arena and in your own, and take support of your colleagues. See, this is multi-dimensional organization. You have to talk to guy who is designing poster, who is into digital marketing, who is into legal side of it, trademark and all, who is into account side of it. You have to coordinate with everybody. You just say, I have just informed him. Arey Baba, India mein doesn't work. Systems are not there. If you tell somebody he will do his job or her job, it's not so much system driven in India. You understand? You operate in India, but we have to fight with Americans. Coca-Cola is where Pepsi. We have to fight them. How we will fight unless we walk extra mile? We will not do it. Trust me, I am observing everything. Well, Meghna must have said many a times, I may not say something, but I know everything. Whenever I remember things from, my papa would certainly agree. From the age of 3 years, at least I remember most of the things that has occurred in my life. In terms of behavior of a person, good, bad, learnings somebody has given me, good learnings, bad learnings. And today, people who are with me today are the people who are most relevant to me in my life. I have left behind people who were useless to me. So, Drupad will say now.
Sir, my question to you is that how can someone keep themselves away from the bad noise? So bad noise in terms of two things. One, whenever we are working with the colleagues, it is always like that he's working less, I'm working more. That's the number one bad noise. Insider, we always talk with us inside. Okay, that's number one. Number two, he's working less, he's getting more. He's getting paid more, and I'm getting paid less. Now this bad noise, I don't know how to tackle this. So if you can throw some light on this.
See, there are two schools of thought. I will work how much I am paid. That is one school of thought. I will work and my work will decide how much I am paid. That's the second school of thought. The moment you are looking into somebody else's portfolio or his package or his thing, you are first of all demoting yourself and you are bringing that bad noise into your mind. Your work will eventually pay off. If you are not, number one, jealous of your colleague, he will get his due, or he may be thrown out eventually, because there are so many people over here. How many bosses? One. Can he keep a track of who is pretending to work and who is actually working? On a day-to-day basis, no. But eventually, it will come up. And at that point of time, the person who is getting paid more and working less, he will not get an opportunity. He will have to find another boss. So people over here understand the Japanese philosophy that my company tomorrow will be Sumitomo. My company tomorrow will be Mitsubishi. Not like this. I have worked with Japan very intensely. Small companies, you ask a person working in that company, why are you working in such a small company? Why don't you join a large company? My company will become Sumitomo. So the moment all of these people believe that the company will reach there, it will. Because they are the ones who are driving the company's growth. And when you talk about bad noise or whatever, that means you're not paying enough attention to your work. You're letting that bad noise come into your mind. Either you're not busy enough, or you're not working hard enough, or you're not working in depth. You have to decide that what you want to do. Do you want to grow, or you want him to fail? Or I'm not pointing at him, I'm just talking about your other colleague. So do you want to grow, or you want him to fail? That's the call that you want to take. Nobody else is going to take. Just keep hitting. Eventually, you will get. He's a better explainer at that. That patience in the stock market rewards you big. Same thing. That principle is applicable all across. You keep working hard. Your dues will eventually come. Stop that noise. And another thing that I wanted to say is, there is no shame in doing anything. I have attended 6 Americans in my puja clothes. I'm a Jain. Now you know what Jain puja clothes are. It's a dhoti and a case. We had a puja in the office, the customers had come, My executives were not able to handle it. I have attended them in that. I am not ashamed of my heritage. I am not ashamed of anything. For me, my God is important. Equally, my customer is important. So don't be ashamed of anything. Don't be ashamed to voice out your concerns at the right forum. Don't bicker about it. But make sure that you are heard. And concentrate on your work. Keep going. Success will follow.
Rupa.
Yes, so as I see a lot of new faces in the room, good evening all of you. My name is Rupa. I'm a qualified company secretary and lawyer associated with Valencia since now almost 3 years. As he mentioned that what do I like the most about Valencia, I would say Valencia is a perfect combination of a listed company and a startup. Okay, the mindset is growth oriented, which also keeps me pushing to think harder, to study new laws, to come up with ideas, to make sure that whatever as Valencia we are doing is foolproof when it comes to from a point of view of statutory and legal compliance perspective. So a lot of gratitude to the team to always keep me on toes to make sure that we are legally compliant. So thank you.
Thank you for a very good appreciation. We want you to question and we want you to point out few things which our people who interact with you can improve upon.
Okay, so if categorically we are asking the team, Drishti is laughing there. When they are communicating with my team, yes, what I see the room for improvement is obviously immense because I also understand US team are growing and not from the same background. So it's more. But the major thing which I would highlight is lack of clarity.
Communication.
And communication, yes. The team, the person who comes to my office actually doesn't know what they want from us. Okay, so that becomes a major hurdle. And then my team comes to me and then I have to circle it back with either Jay or Manish and to find out what exactly they want or why are they in the office. So this is something that I would love to see the team grows with this mindset, that be very clear with your communication and requirement. Yes. Thank you.
This is very vital because not all of you understand the importance of time of a lawyer. Rupa is generous. The larger lawyers charge per hour. He doesn't do that. So you are making her paid. Prepare yourself before you reaching her. Don't prepare at all. Rupa karse. कायम नहीं या facility मर्स. One legal agreement takes what? 3 months to get here. If I and Krupa sit, it happens in 2 hours, 1 hour. But we are not here for all that. We don't want to do it. Prepare yourself more. Unless you are on the right side of the law, whatever business you do, it is not going to be there with you. One copyright or trademark inaccurately filed, it will make entire exercise of production team in futile. After the product is hit, somebody claims it was our trademark. Then you will say, I had done good formulation and I had done this and that. But the title doesn't belong to you. So everything has to be synchronized from head to toe. This is an outlook changing meeting. That's why the purpose is to call you here and educate you and elevate you in one meeting itself. Same thing could have been repeated over 2 years, 3 years also. But in this 1 hour, I made an attempt to elevate you all of you together. Let's hope this elevation works. Okay. Now, anyone else want to say anything? Okay. Divij will say concluding remark.
So, Mr. Haria has been a mentor to Mr. Haria and his family, rather, has been a mentor to Manish Uncle, and Manish Uncle has been a mentor to my family, my sister, who's not here at the moment, but and mom and I. So in Hinduism we say that Guru's Guru is Param Guru. So in a way, Mr. Haria is our Param Guru. So I would like to, acknowledge him. present here, and this is the first time I'm meeting him. And a lot of things which Manish uncle and his family has given me advice on finances, organizing business, health and fitness, diet, grooming, even like my posture, my walking style, like everything. Many advices he has given as not just a mentor but like as a father figure. And he has been very close to my family for a very long time. And I see the same way how he used to treat us, in the beginning, and even now is how he is extending towards all of you guys. And his advice is very, very apt for the time we are living in and for how the world is changing. And it's simply because, he is a very well-read man. Even Mr. Haria is a very well-read man, and they are constantly learning. And this is the advice which I hope I would have gotten in my engineering days. Even I am an engineer. And so my mom was very chill. She was like, beta, whatever you want to do, you do in your life. But you're not just a product of your home. You're also a product of your university, school, your peers, your friends and whatnot. So I remember when I decided to do engineering, and I joined this integrated program in PACE. There all my friends and all my sir, everyone gave the same advice. Beta, 2 साल पढ़ लो, उसके बाद जिंदगी में पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं है. And that advice I took unfortunately very seriously. So I did study 2 years very hard, 11th and 12th. But as soon as I secured a good college, BITS Pilani, and I reached college, I stopped, learning. Which in retrospect, I could have done a lot more in which I could have done in my college and I could have achieved in my college. But anyway, it's never too late. And after college, I immediately joined our business, and definitely I got to learn a lot under mom's guidance and under Manish uncle's guidance. And I'm pretty sure like even the advice they have given us today on the need to constantly evolve, keep updated about the world's affairs, and about marketing, about pivoting when it's required. It's all, see, the thing is now you all are talking about AI, you all are talking about algorithms and marketing, but the root of everything comes from human behavior. The reason why in rural area people are watching content which is very different from what we see in urban areas is just simply because of human design, how the mind works, what kind of content or what kind of things they like. That is why the kind of TV shows you see on like daily soaps on television are very different from what you see on Netflix India, because the target audience is completely different. Netflix is targeting a very different audience from what maybe what you see on daily soaps and operas. So it's not just important to learn about the algorithm or the technical aspect or the algorithm behind it or the engineering behind it, but at some level we have to accept that we have to learn about human behavior, how human psychology works on an individual basis and how it works on a group setting. And this can be learned by either being very well read or reading a lot or keeping updated about what is happening in the world. But at the same time, it can be developed through experience also, which, as Mr. Haria pointed out when he was giving his speech, that is something he did, that he was constantly dealing with people all the time. So definitely all of us, including myself, are very early on in our careers, and we are trying to establish ourselves. But the important thing is to sort of still keep our feet in different departments and to know as an organization what is happening in the entire company, in Valencia especially, because there will be many opportunities, because how Manish uncle is growing and how he's developing soldiers, not just soldiers, he's developing an entire military organization, like a battalion. Yeah, that's a great word, battalion. Like, you have generals, you have foot soldiers, you have everyone. And so definitely keep your eyes, ears, mind open when you're working for Valencia, because he's developing different verticals. Like whenever I approach him, he always has a great product idea. He always has a new segment he wants to explore. And there are some great, like some of you guys are also working on making those ideas into reality. You know, and I've seen how different people in the company have grown, like Jay and Dhruv, you know, under Manish Uncle's guidance. So I'm sure like every single one of you will be extended that opportunity, provided that you question, you learn, you grow, and you grab on the opportunity when it's presented to you, right? So definitely the one learning we can get from like this entire evening is like, you have to be on your toes, and you have to have an attitude of like learning and putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation temporarily so that you grow. That is what at least I have learned from the entire meeting, and massive respect for everyone on this panel. I think I should be on that side, but thank you for having me.
Now let's give justice to the food which has come. And food is a primary thing. Again, going back to my circle of learning from Haria's. Food is very imperative. Take good food always. When we observed that all of you eat many a times 3 meal outside, that motivated me and Meghna to think about all this. Then, those kind of planning started, taking away Maharaj and all. So enjoy your meal. We are here for informal discussion now. Thank you very much.